What up, YouTube? It's Miss Aries again. I got a question. So I kind of need some help. So if you can help me out, hit me up, let me know, put it in the inbox, you know. But this question is primarily for the studs out there, you know. Um, I don't really do the label thing. I don't really classify myself. I like to classify myself as anybody but just a lesbian woman. I'm a woman that loves women, but well, a woman that loves women. But the thing is this, okay? I guess if I would be classified as anything, it would be an aggressive femme. Why? My question to the studs out there is this: why is it such a problem to be an aggressive femme and be with a stud? I've seen some studs say, it's great. I love being with aggressive femmes, and some studs say, okay, well, they're a little bit too aggressive. I've been in relationships where I've had, my studs say, well, oh, you're trying to take my position, you're trying to take my role, and I'm like, it's not like that. Just because I have a mind of my own and I choose to speak, it doesn't mean I'm trying to take your role. You know, my thing is this: when you handle your business, there's no way in the world I could take that from you. I can't take your shine as long as you're doing what you're supposed to do. I know how to fall back and be a lady and let you handle that business, but at the same time, God gave us all free will, so I have the right to say whatever it is I want to say. I have the right to think whatever it is I'm gonna think. And if I don't agree with you, I don't agree with you. I enjoy being a woman. I enjoy being a lady. I enjoy being who I am. I enjoy, you know, putting on, my makeup at times. But there's times where I enjoy wearing, a beater and jogging pants. I don't think that's making me try to be anything other than who I am. I happen to, yeah, I happen to be aggressive. Honestly, probably more so in the bedroom, but yeah, I tend to be somewhat aggressive as far as, you know, how I put things out there. And I just think that's my way. It's not, I don't think it should be, a bad thing. I think it should be where, okay, my lady is, she's about her shit. She's about her business. She's going to speak her mind. And I like that. I mean, I know when to say, okay, you know what, you got that one. I'm not going to stand there and argue with you, but, you know, it's like such a big thing, especially like with some of my friends that are aggressive femmes. It's like the studs out there get kind of mad, like, okay, well, your mouth and, you know, let me be the man in this. And I'm like, I'm not trying to be funny, but that kind of messes up the whole thing of being with a woman, right? It's supposed to be two women, not, if I wanted to be with a dude, I'd just be with a dude that actually, came with the full equipment. I mean, my whole point of being with a woman is for that, in some way softness. Just because you hard don't mean that you can't have a heart. Doesn't mean that, you're not a woman underneath all of that. And why should me expressing my opinion or what I think and just, being upfront about that, why should that be, a bad thing? But like I said, that's just my question, to the studs out there. What is the big thing with aggressive femmes? Why is it like hard to be in a relationship with an aggressive femme? Because, me being me, I like to know things. So, maybe I'm doing something wrong. Maybe we as aggressive femmes, maybe sometimes we're too aggressive. But we won't know that if, you guys don't speak up and let us know that. So, that's my question out there to the studs. Like I said, holla at your girl. I thank everyone who is subscribed, everyone who sent me, messages. I really, truly appreciate it. It means a lot to me. And whatever you ask me, I definitely will try to answer. I don't have a problem with it. So, like I said, yeah, hit me up, studs out there, and let me know, what's the deal with, aggressive fans? Is it that we are too challenging, or is it just that, maybe we sometimes are too aggressive? you know All right, like I said, let me know. Thanks. Deuces.